Okay, we are going to continue on with our lesson from yesterday where we were discussing how to organize the different parts of algebraic expressions. We talked about coefficients, we talked about variables, we talked about constants and the operations. Well, today we're going to actually look at some algebraic expressions and we're going to talk about how to solve some of them using some substitution and how to combine them. So we're going to use the word evaluate a lot today. Okay, so our first one is how do we write algebraic expressions when there's exponents? So how to write algebraic expressions with exponents. So I'm going to abbreviate algebraic expressions with AE, algebraic expressions, just because it's a long word, with exponents. All right, we know exponents from back in chapter 1 are those little teeny tiny numbers. All right, so for example, what happens when you have a bunch of letters that look like this? This does not mean It doesn't mean yummy. No, it doesn't. Okay, this means m times m times m times m, right? M times m times m times m. Well, we can write this using exponents the same way as if this were numbers. Like if this were a 7 times 7 times 7 times 7, we would write it the exact same way we did with an exponent, except now we're using letters. This is how algebra works. It's crazy. Okay, so now instead of saying it's all about the 7, we would say it's all about the m, about the m, about the m, about the m. And we would just say it's all about the m. And we would write the m, and then we would count 1, 2, 3, 4 m's, and we would put 4 m's in its little backpack. And we carry the little 4 around. Yep, that's it. M to the power of 4. That is how we would read that. That's it. That's all you do. And now, if we wanted to, we could substitute in a number straight into this m. So if I said m equals 6, we could put a 6 in here and say 6 to the power of 4. Okay, let's do another one. Okay, example B. Now let's say I have something that looks like this. 1.5 times h times h times h. So we would rewrite this the same as before. So we have two parts to this this expression. Okay, we have 1.5 and we have all of these h's. We don't know what these h's are. We do know what this 1.5 is. So we would write 1.5 and we would multiply that times h, and we would say it's all about the h, about the h, about the h 3 times. So this would be h to the power of 3. So it's h to the power of 3. So this is 1.5 times h to the power of 3. We have both sides of the expression listed right here. We could even write it like this, 1.5 h to the power of 3. Because when you have a number stuck to a letter, it means multiply. All right, you guys, I want you to do a try it for me. I want you to do try it number 5 in your book. And I want you to do try it number, let's do try it number 4 and try it number 5. So make this a 4. Okay, try it number 4 and try it number 5. All right, try it number 4 says j times j times j times j times j times j. Okay, your job is to make me an exponent for that one. And then try it number 5 says nine times k times k times k times k. Okay. All right. Hit pause right now so you don't hear me solving these problems so that you can check your own understanding of how to write algebraic expressions with exponents. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's all about the j to the power of 6. How did you do on that one? J to the power of 6. If you made a mistake, figure out where your mistake was so that you can go back to your notes and put a question mark or something so you can ask questions in the Google Meet. Okay, this one. This one, our answer would be, again, we have 2 parts to this. So we have the k's over here, and we had this 9 times those k's. So our answer would be 9 times k, because it's all about the k. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times. All right, how did you do on that one? Again, go back, double check your work. If you made a mistake, figure out where you made that mistake so that you don't make the mistake again. Alrighty. Okay, in a box somewhere, tell me, how is your understanding of writing algebraic expressions with exponents? How do you feel about transferring 2 letters and putting them as exponents? Go ahead, put your rating right there. And then our next thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about evaluating. So now we're going to evaluate. Evaluating, and we know that evaluating means to solve. So we're going to be solving algebraic expressions. All right, so we're going to be looking at how to solve algebraic expressions. Now, we are going to have some craziness happen, and I want you to make sure that you are going slow and steady right now, because this is where the alphabet gets involved, and I don't want you freaking out that we now have the alphabet in our expressions. Okay, this says k plus 10 when k equals 25. So our job is to solve this problem right here when k equals 25. So the way that we're going to solve this is we are going to find anywhere that there is a k in this problem. We are going to take that and we are going to put the number 25 there. These match up. So this 25 is just going to slap right on top of there. So instead of saying k plus 25, we're going to use substitution. So substitution means that this k is holding the place of this 25, this value. So step 1 is I'm going to use substitution. So step 1, use substitution. So I am going to take this 25 and I'm going to put it right here. So this now says 25. The rest of it's going to stay the same, plus 10. So where the k was, I now have 25. Step 2, I'm just going to now solve. So step 2, I'm just going to solve this now. 25 plus 10 equals 35. So now I have an answer of 35. That's it. I am done. That's all you have to do. Okay, let's do another one because the values can change based on the letters and the problem. Because it's a new problem, the letter can have a new value. So let's do another one. This one says 4n. Okay, so let's think here. We have a number stuck to a letter. We have a number stuck to a letter, and it says n equals 12. A number stuck to a letter. A number stuck to a letter means multiplication. So this means that my first step here has to be, I need to multiply. Okay, so I need to put a multiplication sign in here. So this means 4 times n, when n equals 12. So now I've rewritten it so that it looks like an actual multiplication problem. So I'm going to take this n and I'm going to make it a 12. So really, this problem says 4 times 12. So I'm going to put the 12 right there. And the rest of this says 4 times. So we know that 4 times 12, so 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 1 is 48. So that gives us 48. So my answer is 48. So where I see the pink box, I just put it right there. And instead of having n, I just use the number that they give me. They gave me the 12, so I put the 12 there. All right, I want you to do a try it. Let's do some try-its. All right, let's do 2 try-its. So you will do 2 try-its for me. All right. Let's see here. Make sure that I am on the right page in my book. All right. I want you to evaluate on number 6. Try-it number 6. Try-it number 6 says 24 plus c when c equals 9. And then try it number 7. So try it number 6 and try it number 7. Number 7 says, where did it go? D minus 17 when D equals 30. All right, so go ahead and pause the video right now so that you don't hear me talking to you, and so that you can solve these problems. All right, so I know that C is 9. So where there's the C, I'm going to put a 9. The rest of this is just going to stay the same. So 24 plus 9. I just need to add those, and that gives me 33. How did you do? Check your work. If you made a mistake, go back, figure out what you did wrong, make a question mark so that you can ask that question in our Google Meet. Okay, where I see the D, I'm going to put a 30. The rest of this is just going to stay the same. 30 minus 17. 30 minus 17, I just have to subtract. And oops, wrong color. I get 13. Okay, how did you do? 13. Check your work. off to the side in the little box. Tell me, check your understanding. That box is really bad. Good thing it doesn't need to be perfect, huh? All right, tell me your understanding. Where are you at? 1, I have no idea how to evaluate algebraic expressions. I don't know what you did, Miss Englander. So I need to ask some questions, and I need to do some more practice. 2, I'm getting the hang of this. I just need some more practice, and I see where I made some mistakes, and I'm going to do better by asking questions and figuring out my learning. 3, I totally understand this. I just know I need to pick up the number and plop it right on top of the number and solve. So figure out where you're at with your rating, and then we are going to learn one more thing. So turn your page if you need to, like me. Otherwise, stay on your page where you're at. Okay, the last part of this is, how do you solve numerical expressions when there are 2 variables? So now we're going to talk about 2 variables. So how do we solve when there are 2 variables? Okay, so we know that variables are letters, and what do we do when there are 2 of them in there? For example, n minus m. Okay, this isn't even math. Okay, it really totally is math. But some of you were sitting there looking at this like, what in the world? That's not math. That's language arts. What are you doing? No, it's totally math. Okay, when n equals 30 and m equals 12. Well, you know what you're going to do? You're going to go back to the last page and you're going to do the exact same thing, except now you have 2 letters, which means 2 colors. Okay, so wherever I see an N, I am going to put 30. And wherever I see an M, I am going to put a 12. So step 1, N is 30. So I'm just going to put 30 right underneath it. Step 2, M equaled 12. So I'm just going to throw this 12 right there. So that means now I just have to drag down this symbol, which was subtraction. Now it's math. Look at that. I have 30 minus 12. It's like we're mathematicians. We've changed letters into numbers, and bam, we have a math problem. And we solve this, we evaluate it, and we get 18. Look at that. You did 2 variables just like that. All right, let's do a try it, and then I am going to send you on your way. All right, let's do number 9. Try it, number 9. Try it, number 9. It says, evaluate when P is divided by Q. Of course, they choose 2 letters that look the exact same. So P divided by Q, and P equals 24, Q equals 8. All right, first step, 2 letters, 2 colors. All right, so I'm going to look for P. P says 24, so I'm going to put 24. Oh, please pause. Otherwise, you're going to know how to solve this and you wouldn't have done it because it's a try it. Q is 8. 8. Drag it down. 24 divided by 8 is 3. How did you do? Were you able to substitute 2 variables? Let me know. Check your work. Figure out what did you do. All right. Off to the side, give yourself a rating. How do you feel about 2 variables? 1, 2, 3, where are you at with your rating? And then down below, I want you to summarize your essential question. Answer it for me. How do we write, or how do we evaluate, algebraic expressions? How do we evaluate algebraic expressions? How do we evaluate algebraic expressions? How do we evaluate algebraic expressions? Go ahead and answer that question. When you are done, you may head on over to see what your practice work is. And as always, thank you for your hard work, your persistence, your determination. Make sure you ask questions if you are stuck, and make it a great day the Cougar way. Go Cougs!